Death Valley. The name alone evokes a sense of foreboding, a whisper of danger in the arid winds. It is a place of extremes, where the earth has been sculpted by forces both ancient and relentless. Towering peaks cast long shadows over the valley floor, yet within this seemingly desolate landscape lies a captivating beauty, a testament to the resilience of life and the enduring power of nature. This is a land of stark contrasts, where scorching heat gives way to chilly nights under a blanket of brilliant stars. Death Valley is a place where silence reigns supreme, broken only by the whisper of wind through canyons and the occasional call of a raven. To understand the allure of Death Valley, one must first journey back millions of years, to a time when the Earth itself was undergoing dramatic transformations. Death Valley's story is inextricably linked to the powerful forces of plate tectonics, a slow, relentless dance of the Earth's crust that has shaped continents and carved mountains. This collision gave rise to the Sierra Nevada mountain range, a majestic spine of granite that dominates the landscape to the west of Death Valley. As these mountains were thrust skyward, the land between them began to stretch and thin, like dough under a baker's hand. This stretching created a series of valleys and basins, including the one that would come to be known as Death Valley. The name Death Valley, while evocative, doesn't quite capture the full spectrum of this extraordinary place. The year was 1849. The California gold rush was in full swing, drawing fortune seekers from all corners of the globe. Among these hopeful prospectors was a group of pioneers who, lured by the prospect of a shortcut to the goldfields, made a fateful decision to veer off the established route. They ventured into the unforgiving heart of the valley, their wagons laden with dreams and provisions. Lost and low on supplies, the group wandered for weeks through the scorching heat and unforgiving terrain. Their animals succumbed to thirst and exhaustion, their carcasses left to bake on the valley floor. Finally, after weeks of hardship, they stumbled out of the valley, emaciated and forever changed by their ordeal. As they emerged, one of the survivors, a woman named Mrs. William Lewis Manley, is said to have turned back and uttered the words, "Goodbye, Death Valley." Death Valley holds the dubious distinction of being one of the hottest places on Earth. The valley floor bakes under an unrelenting sun, its surface temperatures often exceeding 120 degrees Fahrenheit. In 1913, the mercury soared to a staggering 134 degrees Fahrenheit at Furnace Creek Ranch, setting a record that still stands today. Death Valley's location, nestled within a deep basin surrounded by towering mountain ranges, creates a perfect storm for heat entrapment. The valley acts like a giant solar oven, absorbing heat from the sun and trapping it within its walls. Yet even in this crucible of extremes, life finds a way. From the tiniest desert wildflowers to the elusive desert bighorn sheep, life in Death Valley is a constant struggle against the odds. Section 5. Landscapes of Wonder, from salt flats to starry nights. Death Valley is a land of dramatic contrasts, where towering mountain peaks cast long shadows across a valley floor sculpted by wind, water, and time. The landscape is a tapestry of colors and textures, from the blinding white expanse of Badwater Basin, the lowest point in North America, to the rugged, multicolored canyons of Zabriskie Point. Badwater Basin, a surreal expanse of salt flats that stretches as far as the eye can see, is perhaps Death Valley's most iconic landmark. Located 282 feet below sea level, it is a stark reminder of the valley's dramatic topography. In contrast to the stark beauty of Badwater Basin, Zabriskie Point offers a kaleidoscope of colors and textures. Here, the forces of erosion have sculpted the Badlands into a labyrinth of canyons, gullies, and ridges. As the sun begins its descent, casting long shadows across the valley, Death Valley transforms into a photographer's paradise. Section 6. Life on the Edge. Resilient flora and fauna of Death Valley. Despite its harsh conditions, Death Valley teems with a surprising array of life. Over 1,000 plant species have been identified within the park's boundaries, each with its unique adaptations for surviving in this extreme environment. From the delicate desert wildflowers that carpet the valley floor after a rare rain, to the towering Joshua trees that stand sentinel on the slopes, plant life in Death Valley is a testament to the power of adaptation. Animals too have found ways to thrive in Death Valley's extreme environment. The desert bighorn sheep, with its impressive horns and ability to go for days without water, is a symbol of resilience. Other desert dwellers include the kit fox and the kangaroo rat, masters of water conservation. Section 7. The Timbisha Shoshone, ancient guardians of a harsh land. For thousands of years, long before the arrival of European explorers, the Timbisha Shoshone people called Death Valley home. Their name for the valley, meaning rock paint, reflects their deep connection to the land and its resources. The Timbisha were masters of survival in this harsh environment, adapting their way of life to the rhythms of the desert. They were intimately familiar with the location of springs and seeps, vital sources of water in this arid landscape. They moved with the seasons, establishing temporary villages near food and water sources. The Timbisha were skilled hunters and gatherers, relying on the bounty of the desert to sustain themselves. Today, the Timbisha Shoshone tribe is a federally recognized tribe with a reservation located within Death Valley National Park. Section 8. Gold Fever and Ghost Towns, a history written in dust and dreams. The discovery of gold in California in 1848 set off a frenzy of excitement that reverberated across the globe. Prospectors, driven by dreams of wealth and adventure, flocked to the Golden State, eager to strike it rich. Death Valley, despite its forbidding reputation, was not immune to the allure of gold fever. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Death Valley experienced its own mini-gold rush. Prospectors, lured by rumors of gold and silver deposits, established mining camps and towns throughout the valley. Rhyolite, once a bustling town of over 5,000 people, rose from the desert dust, fueled by the discovery of gold in the nearby Bullfrog Hills. Today, Rhyolite stands as a haunting reminder of the boom and bust cycles that have shaped the American West. Section 9. A National Park Legacy, preserving Death Valley's treasures. In recognition of its unique natural and cultural resources, Death Valley was designated a national monument in 1933 by President Herbert Hoover. However, it wasn't until 1994 that Death Valley achieved full national park status, expanding its boundaries and strengthening its protections. Today, Death Valley National Park encompasses over 3.4 million acres, making it the largest national park in the contiguous United States. The National Park Service, or NPS, plays a vital role in managing and protecting Death Valley's resources. The NPS also works closely with the Timbisha Shoshone tribe to protect their cultural resources and ensure that their voices are heard in the management of their ancestral lands. Section 10. A changing climate and uncertain future, challenges on the horizon. Death Valley, a landscape already shaped by extremes, is on the front lines of climate change. As global temperatures rise, the valley is expected to experience even more extreme heat, more frequent droughts, and more intense rainfall events. These changes pose significant challenges for the park's ecosystems and the people who live and work within its boundaries. One of the most immediate concerns is the impact of rising temperatures on Death Valley's already stressed water resources. As temperatures increase, evaporation rates will rise, leading to lower water levels in springs and seeps. The National Park Service is actively working to address the challenges posed by climate change. By reducing our carbon footprint, supporting policies that address climate change, and advocating for the protection of our natural heritage, we can all play a role in ensuring that Death Valley and other national treasures are preserved for future generations. Section 11. Conclusion. The enduring mystique of Death Valley. Death Valley, a land of extremes and contradictions, continues to captivate and inspire. It is a place where the raw power of nature is on full display, where the earth has been sculpted by forces both ancient and relentless. It is a place of stark beauty, where silence reigns supreme and the stars shine with an intensity rarely seen elsewhere. The enduring mystique of Death Valley lies in its ability to inspire awe and wonder, to remind us of the power of nature and the importance of preserving our natural heritage. Death Valley, a place where life and death dance in a delicate balance, serves as a powerful reminder that even in the harshest of environments, beauty and resilience can prevail.